Good morning, everyone. First, thank you for taking the time to watch our video. Before we start, let me introduce my team members. They are กัญญารีเจริญงาม สุประสานประสงค์กิจ อินทิมากรมธนา and I am ธัญกรจันทรมณี We are second student at Faculty of Architecture from Kimogus Institute of Technology Ragabang or KMITL in Bangkok. The purpose of this presentation is about COVID-19. We are divided our presentation into three main parts as follows. First, what is COVID-19? Secondly, how to prevent from COVID-19, and finally, effect from COVID-19. I'm absolutely sure everyone knows about it. But did you know what is COVID-19? Effect, adaptation? If you didn't know, we have information for you. Let's start with what is COVID-19.
What is COVID-19? In fact, COVID-19 has no known cause, but the scientists assume it came from a bat and spread in Wuhan, China. Later, the people became infected and spread all over Wuhan. But why is COVID-19 dangerous? Other viruses may take some time to infect, but COVID-19 takes 40 days to infect. During that time, we do not know we are infected. Many people are infected, but they do not know, and they spread virus very fast around the world. COVID-19 has killed many people around the world, but in fact, COVID-19 is just like a normal flu, but deadlier. Many people survive.
Thank you, Supasan. The new topic I'm going to talk about how to prevent COVID-19. Let's go to start with prevention method for COVID-19. There are seven ways to prevent COVID-19. Number one, you should wear a face mask in public to prevent the infection because the virus that cause COVID-19 seems to be spreading easily and substantially in the community. Number two, you should wash your hands often with soap and water or an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Number three, avoid touching your eye, nose, or mouth with unwashed your hands. Number four, you should eat hot food. Meanwhile, should use serving a spoon and wash your hands. Number five, avoid high-risk areas because a person is asymptomatic doesn't mean they are infection with COVID-19. Number six, stay home when you're sick. Therefore, you need to stay in isolation away from other people until you have recovered. And if you have a fever, cough, and difficulty breathing, seek medical attention. And number seven, keep social distancing at least 1 meter. Experts say that social distancing is the most effective way to stop the spread of the virus. Let's move to Tanyagon.
Thank you, Kanya. So I'm gonna talk about the effect from COVID-19. First is economy, second, education, third, the long-term health, and the last one is the mental health. First, I'm gonna talk about economy. A simple look at the stock market will tell you that COVID-19 has led to a relentless economy but there are numerous other factors to play. The outbreak of the COVID in China disturbed global supply chains, and 3.28 million Americans are now filed for unemployment benefits at the end of March 21. Even the short terms of the COVID ends, but of course the long term gonna be ripple for years. So next I'm gonna talk about education. In order to reduce the spread of COVID-19, most countries around the world have decided to close educational instructions. However, learning has not stopped but now fully taking place online as schools and universities provide the remote schooling. The report attempts to gain a better understanding of how COVID-19 may affect students' learning. Next, I'm gonna talk about long-term health effect. Most people who have COVID-19 recover completely within a few weeks, but some people, even those who had mild versions of the disease, continue to experience symptoms after their recovery. Older people and people with many serious conditions are more likely to experience the symptoms of COVID. The most common signs and symptoms are include fatigue, cough, shortness of breath, headache, and joint pain. Although COVID-19 is primarily affects through lungs and also other organs as well. This organ damage from COVID-19 gonna be increase the risk of the long-term health. And the last one, I'm gonna talk about the mental health. The mental health of population who have implement lockdown is getting worse. The end of the COVID-19 lockdown. They find that threat of COVID quarantine should be mitigated by officials providing accurate and timely to population, adequate resource, and special attention to the healthcare workers. In case of ambulance case have been reported in the country who that get affected by COVID-19. In particular, where lockdowns have been implemented in the US, like Kentucky, have been reported signs of increased opioid overdose during COVID-19. And now I'm gonna send to Tanyagon to talk about summaries.
So to summarize, first, what is COVID-19? The COVID-19 is a virus which has no cross, but is found in Wuhan, China, and after found all over the world. COVID-19 takes 14 days to infect. Many people are infected, but they don't know. So, the virus can spread really fast around the world. Secondly, how to prevent from COVID-19? Wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds, especially after you have been in public place or after you're blowing your nose, coughing, or sneezing. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Cover your mouth and nose with a mask when you allow others. Cover cough and sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touch surface daily. And finally, effect from COVID-19. COVID-19 has affected day-to-day life and is slowing down the global economy. Like global supply chains getting disrupted, 3.28 million Americans are unemployed. Education. Most countries around the world are now learning and teaching by online or remote schooling. Students will suffer a learning loss but not affect students equally. COVID-19, of course, affect the people who are infected long term, but we can see most common signs of people who are infected with COVID-19, like cough, high fever, joint pain, and shortness of breath. And COVID-19 also affects mental health. People who have locked down during street and also using drugs during COVID-19. That brings the presentation to the end. Thanks for your attention.